Hello, I'm Bartling, and I certainly hope that you and yours are having yourself a sunnier, warmer day. You know, the older I am, and it's happening every day, the older I am, the more that I think. And I think that reflecting upon some of the chapters here, particularly of the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, I'm looking at chapter 3. It is entitled, He Who Can Do This Has the World Within Him. He who cannot walks a lonely way. Well, what is it a little bit that he's speaking of here? What he's speaking of is this: arouse in the other person an eager want. That reminds me a little bit of a little saying my grandma used to say. People in hell want ice water, but that don't mean they're going to get it. People in hell may need ice water. They may want it, but it doesn't mean they're going to get it. Boy, what did Grandma need there? Certainly there in that particular situation of saying, arouse in the other person an eager want, there was an eager want there. But I think Grandma was getting across to me on where they were. They could do all the wanting they want, and they weren't going to get it. In this chapter 3, Dale Carnegie brings forth this, that to be able to see it from the other person's viewpoint. As we communicate, and we're always seems to be in an act of selling. Oh, no, not me. I'm not a salesman. Well, let me kind of set the structure of this, what I mean by selling. Have you ever had one of your kids kind of communicate with you and persuade you a certain way? Have you ever had one of your grandchildren communicate with you and persuade you in a certain way? Persuasion, the art of selling. Everyone does it. The key is, I think Mr. Carnegie was trying to get across to it, is try not to have that tunnel vision and think that everyone is going to react and look at things and such as you are thinking. As the saying goes, put yourself in the other one's shoes, maybe with a little empathy, but trying to look at it from that viewpoint. A couple other little simple sayings are, the fish doesn't want the hook, the fish wants the worm. From the fish viewpoint, boy, that worm looks so tantalizing that they're willing to take the risk, and because they want it, because they want it. Another saying goes like this: person goes in the hardware store and buys a drill. What do they want? From their viewpoint, person goes in and buy a drill. They want holes. They want to make holes. Look at it from that person's viewpoint. Zig Ziglar would say, you know, you can get anything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. One time I spent time with my Uncle Leo. Uncle Leo, among other things, run a dairy farm. And if you run a dairy farm, you're on a certain clock. The clock of those cattle. Those cows need to be milked twice a day. Well, it was kind of calving time, and Uncle Leo wanted the cows in a certain section of the barn. But he also wanted the calves in another section here. And so he asked me to assist with the calves. And we got most of the calves in, but there was one calf that had decided at that point that they didn't want to go in. Well, it was close, but he wasn't quite in. And Uncle Leo yells out, "Give him your thumb. Give him your thumb." City kid me, I didn't know. What did he mean, give him your thumb? Give me my thumb. What's that mean? Uncle Leo said, stick your thumb out and let him suck on your thumb. When he starts sucking, then start walking towards the entrance of the barn, and he's going to follow you. You know what? From the angle of that little calf, that thumb looked very tantalizing. And once he started to suck on it, it was even more tantalizing. So as I pulled it away, it started to arouse the want in the little calf. And he was no longer worried about his surroundings. The little calf came right in. Arouse a greater want. I had a coach, a good coach. Kind of an ornery guy, Coach Engelbart. Now, Coach Engelbart would have me in center field, and I had the ability to run pretty good and get under those fly balls. Sometimes I wasn't as swift. I can remember each time he would arouse within me a greater want. As I'd go in and he'd be talking to me on the bench there, he would not tell me what I did wrong or what I needed to do. He would ask me, Dow, if they hit it to you again, that same ball, would you do anything different? That started to, inside me, kind of arouse that want that I wanted to reflect on my bad experience at the time of not catching the ball and how I could be successful the second time. The arousal of the greater want. You know, real fast, I use a phrase towards the end. You may remember it. Blessed are they who ease the pain of misfortune, for they shall be called insurance agents. Folks, that group, they try every day on their clients to arouse that greater want. For they know in mitigating that risk, they will then ease the pain of misfortune. But at times, I tip my hat on the hard work that they do to arouse the want. So, very good one. Dale Carnegie. Arouse in the other person an eager want. If you think about your power of persuasion and how you can do that, one way, as he says, and even Zig Ziglar, look at it from the other person's point of view. So, until we talk again, I want you to have yourself that Sunnier-Warmer day, and you take care. Because you know what? We're in this together. And because of that, I'm rooting for you. And yes, it's true. Blessed are they who ease the pain of misfortune, for they shall be called insurance agents. Take care.